Hello, welcome to another video. Here we are on the weekly challenges. This was a new update brought in very recently and it is amazing, and anyone not doing it should be doing it. It's really easy money and it's really enjoyable, and I'll show you in this video why. So we've got the lovely new menu at the moment with all the fireworks. And you just go over to the world circuits, and in there you'll find the green box. It's just been a bit slow, so if we go up top right there, we can see the green box which says there's 4 days remaining. It gets changed every week, and then there are the races this week that you've got to do. If you complete 1 race, it's 100,000, 3 races 150, and all 5 500,000. They're not long races, they're 1 or 2 laps, or maybe 5 in some cases. But what it does do, it makes you think and makes you use cars you wouldn't use. So here we are at Interlagos, and it's only a few minutes. I'm not going to keep it going for long, it is only a few minutes. But here we are at Interlagos in a Peugeot, what is it, 205 from the 80s. Yes, it's a rally car, a Group B rally car. But would I ever use this car? No. And the only reason I picked it here is it gave you a PP limit, but not really any guidance or anything else. So I thought, well, why not? This was close to the PP. It was one of the nearest cars I had, so I just thought, well, why not? Let's do it. You are racing against the AI, and obviously this car does seem to be very powerful. But my point is, would I ever use this Peugeot in a race? Never. So by doing these weekly challenges, it's forced me to use this Peugeot. Now for you, you know, you might have a Ford Focus there or something, and it might force you to use that. Or I did see some Sierra Cosworths in some of these races, so it might force you to use something else. But my point is, we don't ever use these cars, and by bringing these weekly races in, if you take part in them, you're going to use some really interesting cars that you wouldn't normally use, therefore making the game a lot bigger and not so the samey that people are complaining about that you get with the game. So yeah, it's just really fun to use this car on tarmac. Obviously, I think I'm using medium tyres, so we haven't got the greatest grip. It is 4-wheel drive, and it was quite a handful, but it was a real joy to drive. Probably because I've driven it once before. Who knows? May not have even driven it before. So yeah, really a good addition to the game. It's just amazing. I think anyone that hasn't done these weekly races should, weekly challenge, whatever you want to call them, should be doing them. Just going to skip on a bit because obviously I know it's not the greatest video to watch, and I do sort of have a bit of an off. Nothing major, but a bit of off with it. But it's quite a good car. Just sort of regroup and just carry on. Here we go. Let's have a look at it. We're just a bit too much power down there, and I can't remember what happens here. We're doing a little wheel on the grass. Don't know, maybe a bit too much power. We just loose the back, across the grass we go, bounce it all around, over the curb and back on. So no harm done. Just trimmed the corner there, as we'd say. Right, so moving on. We are now still doing the weekly challenges. We're now in a 1 make, so this will change each week, obviously. And it's some random Porsche. I'm not a Porsche expert, so apologies on that one. Let me just try and find out what Porsche it was. Apologies, as I say, I'm not a Porsche expert. Right, so it's the Porsche 911 GT3 RS 992 2022. You can see it there. This car is an absolute gem. Now, it's a road car, but it has got DRS, which I'll come to later. Now, I would never have used this car, not in a million years. I'm not a Porsche fan. I don't mind them, but I'm not mad on them. So I get, if you're a Porsche fan, then yes, you probably know all about this car in real life, and you know it's a brilliant car. But I'm not a Porsche expert, so I have no knowledge of it. But because I've had to use it in this weekly race, we're just going on board. Look at that, amazing graphics. Anyway, but yeah, because I had to use it, I didn't have a choice. Absolute gem of a car, and I'm telling you now, this will definitely be a championship in our racing for 2024. Absolutely brilliant car. Really enjoyed it. Really good fun. And again, it's not a car I would ever have picked in a million years. This must be one that's come with some update at some point, one of the free updates. And because of Porsche, I've just been like, right, you know, it's another Porsche thing. So there you go. The game again is forcing me to use a different car, which I wouldn't have used. Absolutely brilliant. Keep on with this. It's absolutely a real gem. So there's a little heads up for you in the future. I will just change the camera in a minute, just so you can see, because I didn't even know this car had DRS, as we slightly collide there with a car. Again, we're racing the AI, and I'm going to come to that in the last race, which we're going to flip to in a second. Just get around here, so we're in the passenger seat. We're just going to flip it over. I did put the the heads-up display on, just so you could see that there is DRS, which I didn't realise about halfway through the race, so I wasn't even using it for halfway through the race. So there you go, in the bottom right there you can see just above the gauges next to the throttle DRS. When it lights up white, that means you are allowed to use it, so you have to hit a button to use it, which I didn't realise till halfway through the race, but then I did start using it. So absolutely cracking car, well done GT7. Right, moving on to the last event then. Now this was, I think, the last race, and they advised you to sort of use a Group 4. You didn't have to use a Group 4, but the other cars were pretty much Group 4s. Again, I think there was a PP limit. I've picked the BMW. There's a reason for that. It's only because in future championships we are going to be using BMW, so I thought I'd get a bit of practice with it. I think it's the M4, is it? I don't know, or M6, can't remember. Again, not BMW expert. But anyway, what I wanted to cover in this race, this was 10 laps at, oh god, where are we? Deep Forest or whatever it is. AI race again. One of the issues was I only had laps for 3 laps of fuel, so they'd really cranked up the fuel and tyres just there as we tried the Porsche, which made it very an interesting race, shall we say, because I had to stop twice and I hadn't factored that in. But the other thing I just quickly wanted to touch on here was the AI. This isn't Sophie AI. I do have a PS5 and I have used Sophie AI, but this isn't. This is normal AI. And I've got a question for you. Have they changed it? Because in this race, the AI wasn't like they normally are. I'm not saying I'm the best, and obviously no practice. You can see me going really wide there on that corner, which is obviously completely down to me and not great. But I found that they were really hard to pass. I mean, I do pass them obviously because we know they go slower. But I had issues with it. I think it might be this blue. Is it a blue Lamborghini up ahead? Now look, 3 abreast. I've never seen the AI do 3 abreast other than Sophie. So I don't know if they've changed that. Now this guy in this Lamborghini, again, it's AI. I had a nightmare getting past him. Now, yes, I know it's AI and I could just push him out of the way, but that's not what I'm going to do. But he seems to sort of appear to sort of block me. I don't know if, I don't know, I wonder if anyone else has had this issue, or whether they think the AI has been tweaked in some way. It was really bizarre, and it was noticeable on this 10-lap race. So, yeah, I'd like to know in the comments there. We eventually do get the move done, and then we put down too much power because we were slightly offline. He hits us and we spin. But anyway, there you go. All races completed, and as you see, we just come out and we get, because we've completed all 5, we get a ticket. So you go over to the garage there, which we're just about to do now, and you'll see your ticket there for all your prizes for that challenge. So in this case, we've collected the others, so we're going to get £500. It's a really quick way of earning money, guys, and I really enjoyed it, and I love the fact that they're making me use other cars. Anyway, good one for watch. Hit the like if you liked it, and we'll see you soon in another.